Hey everybody, Patrick Ostis here. So today, the Times released this video which shows surveillance video of Paddock at the Mandalay Bay in the days leading up to the attack on the concert that, and it, this is pretty much known as the Las Vegas Massacre, the largest mass shooting, most casualties in America's history. So it shows the video of him, you can see here he's talking with some dude in the hall and, gambling and sitting in the elevator and all this stuff. But this is kind of what I'm thinking is the FBI obviously allowed this footage out, or they released it to the Times, because the Times has also released other videos talking about really pinpoint, evidentiary type analysis on gunshots and things like that. That led me to believe the FBI is kind of using them as their sewer to or that's how I look at it, for them to release this information. And what I'm wondering is, how likely is it the FBI released every single bit of this footage to the Times or to anybody else for that matter? And I'm guessing it's not very good. That's not very good odds that that's what happened. I'm sure, and I'm not trying to be, massive conspiratorial guy here, but this is the thing. The FBI is not trustworthy. They're simply not. The McCabe's and the Comeys and all their little dirty masters of the universe crap trying to, undo the democratically elected president of the United States. Just all this crap. I mean, they're deep state central. And I know people always say, well, that's just the higher ups. It's not like that in the rank and file. Yeah, okay. Well, guess what? McCabe and Comey aren't the ones that answered the phone when somebody called the FBI tip line and told them that this guy is, Cruz is going to shoot up his school in Parkland. Here's his address, all his information, and then didn't act on it. That wasn't McCabe. That wasn't Comey. That was the rank and file, and there's numerous other faux pas that the FBI has long been a part of here. You have in Texas, the terror attack where there was an undercover FBI agent goading on the attacker, and then when the shots started being fired, he ran off. Luckily, the police were able to shoot the guy and neutralize him, but still, the terrorists managed to wound at least one person I know of, and FBI did nothing to prevent it. As a matter of fact, they egged it on from everything that I've said, as far as saying, yeah, you should do that and attack and blah blah blah, and then when it actually happened, the FBI agent ran. So my point is, they're not trustworthy at all. We can't trust the FBI. That's the bottom line. I mean, you can argue with me all day long about, this, that, or the other thing, but at the very end of the day, you cannot trust them blindly. You cannot. That doesn't mean every single FBI agent in the world's evil. I'm sure there's a lot of great ones out there, but unfortunately, it looks like there's more of a cultural problem in the FBI, where they think that they are the masters of this country, and they're not. So, with that all being said, it makes me wonder if they only released footage that showed Paddock by himself. And it shows, and you could see in the upper left hand corner of the video that I've been showing here, which again came from the Times, you can see that the number of suitcases that he brings in is in the upper left hand corner. But, I've shown pictures and other videos and stuff of how many guns were in that room and all the ammo and all the other shit he brought in there. And it just really makes me wonder if those bags would fit all that stuff. Now, you can break ARs down and all that. So, I mean, it is possible, I guess. But still, look at those bags there. That's probably the laptop. And remember that he brought in laptops and all this other stuff. I mean, he brought an awful lot of stuff, in there. I'm not disputing that fact. But all of that stuff came from him. Are we positive about that? I mean, and the FBI has given up all the information, all the raw footage from these surveillance cameras so we could see it for ourselves that he wasn't working with somebody else or anything like that. I'm not, like I said, what's the harm in showing it? I mean, they can blur out all the other people's faces and just show us. It'll be boring as hell, but you know what? I'll look through it. That would be about the only way where I'd say, yeah, I think this is all capiche. But I'm just not going to take the FBI's word for it. I'm sorry. You can't do that. Not in these times. Maybe they'll clean their act up. Yeah, right. But that day is not now. So I just can't take their word for it, especially for something as important and as earth-shattering as this terrorist attack was. I just think it'd be completely irresponsible to look at this and say, oh, see, he acted alone. End of story. And, there's a lot of other, news stories coming out and True Pundit and things like that. I've heard where they're talking about, ideological leanings Paddock may have had, and then, all this other stuff about people he may have been working with. Who knows? I don't know. But the fact is, I don't think this is as clean cut and neatly packaged as the feds and the Times and others would like us to believe. But that's just my opinion. And I also find the timing of releasing this a little weird, considering it was when the whole Austin bombing thing was going on. A lot of attention was on that. But hey, whatever. That's just my opinion. But I'd like to know what your opinion is of this video. And I'd also like to know, do you think that we could trust the FBI? Let me know what you think.